Welcome to Smriti Notes for Biotechnology. In today's lecture, we will study about the techniques used for determining the protein structure. It helps in determining how proteins interact with other molecules, how the misfolding of proteins is associated with diseases, and the interaction of proteins with other molecules. So we will study about the secondary and tertiary protein structure, which can be determined by two methods. The first is X-ray crystallography and the other is nuclear magnetic resonance. So let's start with X-ray crystallography. It is a method that is used for determining the arrangement of atoms within a crystal in which a beam of X-ray strikes the crystal and causes the beam of light to spread in many directions. It is a form of very high resolution microscopy. It enhances our understanding of protein structure. Now let's start with the procedure. It involves 5 basic steps, that is protein purification, protein crystallization, data collection, structure solution, and then the structure determination. I've written each step in detail. You can go through it, and I've also drawn a diagram showing the X-ray crystallography. Protein purification is basically a series of processes from which we get few proteins from a complex mixture. After protein purification, we get protein crystallization. That means X-ray scattering from a single unit would be weak, so a crystal arranges a huge number of molecules in same orientation as shown in the previous diagram. It gets diffracted beams. The crystal is rotated so that the X-ray hits in all direction, and after the intensity of the spot at their position, the basic experiment data of analysis is taken, that is they are recorded, and an electron density map is created which helps in 3D representation of the electron density. And this technique can be used in HIV, that is to study the structure of HIV, and also in the treatment of arthritis. Next technique is nuclear magnetic resonance, that is NMR. It is basically used to measure the set of distances between atomic nuclei, and it is done for proteins that are hard to crystallize and for proteins that cannot be dissolved at high concentration. This is the diagram. The base is the nuclear spin. The spin is characterized by the angular momentum vector, and the forms of energy states low and high. The steps involved in structure determination are 5, that is protein solution, in which highly purified protein is prepared. Unlike crystallography, structure determination by NMR is carried out on aqueous sample. The purified protein is usually dissolved in a buffer solution. The second step is NMR spectroscopy, that is the protein samples are labeled with radioactive isotopes. Then the radio frequency radiation is used to induce transition between nuclear spin state in magnetic field. Then there is an interaction between spinning isotopes pair produced radio signals that peaks that correlate with distance between them, and then data interpretation. The NMR then determines the protein structure in solution. It has various advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is like it's more quick than X-ray crystallography, and disadvantages can it be like it uses limited protein size. Now there is one more fact, that in NMR it can behave like a magnet, that is because of its charge and spin. So for the determination of secondary and tertiary structures, we have two methods, that is X-ray crystallography and NMR. We have discussed the structure determination process. If you have any other doubt, do comment and let me know, and I'm also mentioning important links in the description box. Please go through them, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe.